Let's get a divorce. I have no use for your body anymore.
My husband abruptly leaves me because I can't have children. He puts all the responsibility on me without paying attention to his own problems. He seems to be having a lot of fun with that other woman in our home. Why did I marry this man? All right, I will divorce you. I left for Spain to forget the past. I'm going to be happy, and I'm going to make him pay. With that kind of determination. My name is Pamela, 31 years old. I'm a newlywed housewife who has been married for a year. But my hobby is selling handmade accessories. Although I don't make a lot of money from my online store, it's not bad to be able to do something that I enjoy. My husband is 38 years old, 7 years older than me. We met at a party 3 years ago, and luckily, we made it to the finish line. My husband is handsome, but unpretentious, has a nice smile, and everyone likes him. Such a man like him chose me. I couldn't control my excitement, and I was crazy about him. I was looking forward to marrying him and creating the family of my dreams. When we first got married, I was full of dreams and hopes. But even though it had only been a year, a dark cloud of unhappiness loomed over our marriage. We had wanted to have a child as soon as possible since we started dating. And since we got married, I had been checking my basal body temperature, and my husband had been taking a potent drug to try to have a baby. But the reality was not so easy. Oh, it looks like this month is not going to be a good month either. I was nervous every month at that time of the month to check the signs. For the first 3 months, he would say,
Well, let's not be discouraged, and let our luck take care of us. Someday, it will come to our neck of the woods.
But recently, he may have been affected by my nervousness and stopped asking me as he had used to when we first got married. I was ready to accept it any time. But now, I don't expect to get pregnant, and we don't spend time together at night. On the contrary,
It's your fault, right?
he started to throw insensitive words at me. It doesn't mean I'm the one at fault. That's what I thought. But I couldn't deny it completely because I hadn't actually checked it. I thought, I'd rather take action than worry about it. I decided to go for fertility treatment. I went to the hospital on the weekdays, and then on Sundays, I participated in a handmade goods sale, which I love. Doing what I loved was a great way to let off steam, as it freed me from the distractions of reality. Soon after starting fertility treatment, my doctor told me that my husband needed to have a checkup as well. And when I asked him to do so, his reply was unexpected.
What? I don't want to do it. You're on your own, aren't you?
Well, they need to check both of us to find out which one of us has the problem.
I'm telling you I'm fine, okay?
My husband won't accept the test. I couldn't understand how he could be so sure. After these exchanges, my husband's mood got worse and worse, and our life as a couple became more and more indifferent. I was getting more frustrated than annoyed, so I decided to go shopping to relieve myself. Oh, my credit card is gone. Where did I put it? I thought I kept it in a drawer since I don't use it often. I searched my room and found something shiny on the floor by my bed. Huh? What's this? I picked it up and found it was a woman's earring that was not mine. What? A present for me? That's impossible. Or was this a sign to show me that this room was the scene of an affair? My head was spinning with delusions, and I felt nauseous. My husband's recent behavior has been suspicious, so I can believe it. I wonder if the card might be. I can't stop worrying about it. I decided to check the credit card statements because there was no end to my concern. The statements would make it clear. That's what I thought. And the result only made me more suspicious of my husband. What the? This is a hotel room for $360. $1,000 at the brand store? What? I gulped at an uncountable high bill I had no idea about. That means he used my credit card to buy something for someone else. I can't believe it. I went back and checked, and found that the unaccounted for purchases had been made repeatedly over the past 6 months, with the most recent one amounting to about $7,000 spent at the travel agency. What luxury travel! Absolutely unforgivable. My anger doubled as I recalled my husband's behavior over the past few days, and my answer to divorce was becoming firm in my mind. That evening, when he came home, he spoke before I could open my mouth.
I'm going on a trip this weekend. I will be back in a week.
What? I couldn't believe my ears when he said what I was about to ask. But this is my chance to question him. Where are you going? Oh, I didn't think I would ask you a question. My husband is so obviously unhappy, but I can't lose. So where are you going? Isn't a week a long time?
Yeah, we're going abroad.
Overseas? That's an unexpected word.
So I will be back in a week. I will at least get you some souvenirs.
I don't care about souvenirs. Who are you going with?
A friend from my hometown. Someone you don't know.
Oh? I responded with a little bit of a leer, and he got mad.
What?
Are you really friends?
Yes, we are. You doubt me?
My husband frowned, as if offended. By the way, I can't find my card. You know where it is?
Your card? I don't know.
At the mention of the word card, his eyes widened. All right. I have to block the card.
Block it?
Yeah. What if someone uses it without my knowledge?
Wait. I might have borrowed it and forgot to give it back.
What? Did you?
I'm sorry.
The I'm sorry act is just too much to take.
Is it this one? I'm sorry I borrowed it without asking. I couldn't find my card either, so I borrowed it on a short notice. But I found mine just before I used yours, so I didn't use it.
It's true what they say about people who lie. If that's so, well, but don't think you can fool me with that act. At this point, I took a chance and brought out the statements. So let me ask you.
Ask me what?
This shows some charges for a hotel, a brand name wallet, and a travel bag. You didn't use it, did you?
What?
He's speechless. If you say no, I'm gonna have to call the credit card company right now and have them look into it. And I'm gonna have to block this card as well.
Wait a minute. Oh, I just remembered. I used it. Forgot.
You forgot?
Yeah. No. I was at the hotel having a drink with some guys from work, and we got caught in a downpour. We couldn't get out because of the rain, so I had to stay at the hotel.
Really? You're a real piece of work if you're this evasive.
What? No, it's true. This charge for a purse. I was going to give it to you as a gift someday, but I lost it. I'm sorry.
You're not. It's funny, isn't it? Why are you buying my present with my own credit card?
Oh, no. I didn't have my card with me when I bought it. But I was going to pay it back later.
I'm losing my patience with his continuous lies. Are you having an affair?
What are you?
Then what are these earrings? Why are their earrings belong to a woman other than me in our bedroom?
Well,
My husband finally gave up after all this, sighed loudly, and looked really tired.
oh yes, you. What a pain in the ass.
Why does a cheater have to be so bossy? That's what I thought. What with that attitude? You cheated on me.
So what? If you had tried harder to have a baby, then I wouldn't have cheated on you.
I don't know what to say to my husband. What do you mean tried harder? Why is it my fault that you cheated on me? Are you crazy?
Why can't you see that you weren't attractive enough? That's why I cheated on you. I'm just saying, if you don't want to be cheated on, you should try harder.
No, it doesn't make any sense. It's just not possible. My husband was such a selfish man. And finally,
Enough. Let's get a divorce. I have no use for you anymore.
divorce? No use for me? I don't know how to answer that question. I looked at him, my stomach churning. What? Do you know what you're saying?
I know what I'm saying. I said divorce. I don't want a woman who can't have children.
It's too much. It's so bad, I wonder if I'm even alive. At this moment, my feelings for my husband completely disappeared, and I accepted the divorce. Okay, let's get a divorce.
Thanks for making it easier for me. Get out while I'm on vacation.
You don't have to tell me. My husband's irrational words pierced my heart and couldn't stop crying that day. And so the weekend arrives. My husband left for the trip so easily that it felt like he had no feelings for me. And he left the divorce papers on the table with his information filled in. I have nothing but hatred for my husband. All I have to do is sign the papers, and it's all over. I filed the divorce papers at the city office and ended our really short marriage. A year later, I feel nostalgic even though it's only been a short time. I took a deep breath when I came back from Spain. The smells and crowds back home are different from those in other countries, so I feel at home. I have a lot of work to do, such as unpacking and cleaning once I get home. When I got home, I heard a familiar man's voice.
Hey, I finally found you.
I turned around and saw my ex-husband standing there. I hadn't seen him since he left me for a trip abroad. What do you want? I'm busy.
Don't say that. You're the one who messed things up.
Yes. After my divorce, I asked a detective to investigate his affair and asked my lawyer to file a claim for alimony with the evidence. It seems he received a letter. I have the right to claim. I didn't do anything wrong.
Shut up. You got me in trouble with my parents. The company found out and I lost my job. It's all your fault.
My ex-husband runs and raves without a care in the world. He's really upset. It's my fault? It's all your fault you left me. You told me you don't want a woman who can't have children. I will never forget. The anger from that day is still in my memory. But I don't let the past with my ex-husband haunt me anymore. I have a new life partner next to me.
Something wrong, Pamela?
Rodrigo. Rodrigo walked up next to me. He's my Spanish husband. I went to Spain on a student visa. I couldn't even speak Spanish, but Rodrigo was there to help me out. I told him English and the American culture because he loved the US, and he taught me Spanish because I'm not good at it. Rodrigo had a dream to live in the US someday, and we returned to the US together to make it come true. My ex-husband does not know where I live after the divorce, so he must have asked my parents where I live and came here.
Who is this guy?
He's my husband.
What?
My ex-husband's eyes widened.
You remarried?
His eyes are on the baby in Rodrigo's arms.
The child. What?
That's my child.
What? Why would you have a child?
Well, my ex-husband, who still believes I'm infertile, stood frozen with his mouth open.
Why weren't you able to have kids that time?
That's what you assumed, isn't it? I got a checkup at the hospital and everything was fine. But what about you?
What? What do you mean?
You refused the test. That means you were the cause. You haven't had a baby with your mistress yet, have you?
That's...
My ex has gone completely silent. You should get that checked out. Infertility affects men and women equally, right, Rodrigo? Rodrigo, who was holding the baby and watching my ex-husband and I interact, pulled me into his arms and glared at Levi.
I hear you. Pamela is my wife now. If you hurt her, I won't forgive you.
Rodrigo is an obstetrician. He referred me to another doctor for a thorough fertility test, which turned out to be successful. This is evidenced by the baby Rodrigo is now carrying in his arms, and he will soon be working at Harrisburg State Hospital.
Damn!
My ex-husband still looked like he wanted to say something.
If I had known you were going to have a baby, I would have never divorced you. Well, it's not too late, right? Remarry me.
Huh? My ex-husband's words were so nonsensical that Rodrigo and I were shocked to hear them. I don't want to see you again, and I don't want to start over.
Why not? You married me because you fell in love with me, right? We can still start over, can't we?
Huh? Did my ex-husband's brain change while he was abroad? I can't understand him at all. How could I have married such a man even for a short time? I felt embarrassed. I have a new life now. I will never see you again. I looked at my ex with a strong gaze. Goodbye. Now get the hell away from me. Rodrigo yells at him.
Walk away, or I will call the police.
I turned around and left with Rodrigo. The next day, I went back to my parents' house. When I introduced my new family, my father and mother were very excited about their first grandchild, and Rodrigo was able to communicate with them in everyday conversation. My parents were very happy. My ex-husband came to visit me and didn't know the details of my whereabouts. My sister had unwittingly told him. She felt bad about it, but in a way, I'm glad I was able to say goodbye to him in person. According to an update from the detective, my ex-husband had been having relations with several women before he married me, and even after the marriage, he had been playing around with them as long as I was unable to have children. He quit his job, ran out of money, and is now running away from the women he had relationships with, who were demanding a large amount of money from him. I guess he was desperate to get back together with me because he was looking for money. He is a true scumbag. Another piece of good news came to our home. In fact, we are expecting our second child. My parents and my sister were delighted to hear this news. I don't know the gender yet, but I'm now in the happiest place in my life, as if the memory that I had been suffering from infertility was a lie. I can't help but look forward to the many more days of happiness that await us in the future. Rodrigo and I are smiling at our son, hugging each other, and savoring our moments of happiness.